In recent days, Biden has been huddling with leaders in his party, including a meeting this week with Democratic governors, trying to reassure them after his debate performance last week. Later today, ABC will be airing an hour-long interview with Biden as Democrats and donors watch to see how the 81-year-old handles himself and calls for him to drop out of the race. The Justice Department is officially looking into a doping scandal involving nearly 24 Chinese swimmers. NPR's Brian Mann reports some of the athletes are scheduled to compete later this month at the Paris Olympics.
The Justice Department rarely comments on ongoing investigations, but two international sports organizations have confirmed to NPR that a criminal probe is underway. One focus appears to be on the World Anti-Doping Agency, known as WADA, and its handling of repeat positive drug tests by some elite Chinese swimmers. In a statement, a group called World Aquatics that governs international swimming competition said their executive director has been subpoenaed to testify in the case. WADA also issued a statement saying it handled the Chinese drug test properly, accusing U.S. officials of exceeding their authority by claiming criminal jurisdiction over the case. Brian Mann, NPR News.
Wall Street higher by the closing bell. The Dow was up 67 points, ending at 39,375. That's up 0.1%. The Nasdaq was up 164 points. That's up nearly 0.9%. S&P 500 up 30. You're listening to NPR News. A new study may reveal more about links between depression and chemicals found in the body. More than 20 toxic compounds found in the blood or urine of participants in a study were associated with a risk of depression. NPR's Ritu Chatterjee reports that's according to a new study in JAMA Network Open.
The study used data from the ongoing National Health and Nutrition Examination Survey, which includes interviews and physical exams. Information on the more than 3,000 adults who participated between 2013 and 2016 revealed that 27 distinct toxic compounds in the blood or urine of participants were associated with symptoms of depression. Those compounds include metals like copper and uranium, metabolites of volatile organic compounds, which are human-made chemicals often used as industrial solvents. Metabolites of nicotine were also correlated with depression symptoms. Ritu Chatterjee, NPR News.
In Northern California, firefighters are making progress against the Thompson wildfire that triggered extensive evacuation orders, most of which have been now lifted. More than 24 structures in the Butte County of Oroville, nearly 70 miles north of Sacramento, were destroyed. 2 firefighters were injured. The fire is 46% contained and has burned through more than 3,700 acres. Forecasters say heat and fire risk are expanding on the West Coast. You're listening to NPR News.
And this is KWGS News at 4:34. The University of Tulsa's athletics department has received another major donation just a day after it was given $30 million. TU's endowment fund has received an additional $8 million from the estate of Tom and Betty Johnston. According to a press release, Johnston was a longtime Golden Hurricanes superfan. He reportedly didn't miss a TU home game from 1937 until his death in 2017. Johnston graduated from the university in 1952. TU Athletic Director Rick Dixon told the Tulsa World that the donation will be used as an investment to enhance TU's athletic facilities. We must note TU holds the broadcast license for KWGS. We've got mostly cloudy skies, but gradually clearing up tonight with a low around 68 degrees. This is KWGS News on Public Radio 89.5.
Support for NPR comes from this station and from Fisher Investments. Fisher's dedicated team of specialists provide resources on investing, retirement income, estate planning, and more. Learn more at FisherInvestments.com. Investing in securities involves the risk of loss. From Progressive Insurance, Progressive is looking for dedicated and forward-thinking individuals to join their growing team. More information, including application, at progressive.com/careers. And from the listeners who support this NPR station.
From NPR News, this is All Things Considered. I'm Elsa Chang. Here in California, we're expecting record-breaking heat this week with temperatures above 100 degrees and parts of the state. Humanitarian aid workers say they're bracing for a crisis as migrants increasingly cross through dangerous parts of the southern border. NPR's Jasmine Garst has been reporting near San Diego.
Hello. It's dawn at the foot of the Otay Mountain, a 3,500-foot range between the U.S. and Mexico. And the heat is already nauseating. Today, NPR is embedding with the humanitarian aid group Border Relief Collective, private citizens who deliver water and first aid to migrants. Almost as soon as they start up the mountain, they encounter a man sitting on the side of the road.
Where are you from?
When he sees the aid workers, he starts crying. They give him water, which he chugs down. He says he's from Mauritania, Africa. His name is Taleb. Before we get a last name, he's ushered aside for care by the aid workers. His feet are blistered and he's dehydrated. Volunteer David Greenblatt, who is a surgeon, uses Google to translate to Arabic.
هل حذاؤك صغير جدا؟ Okay, oh God.
Greenblatt says the situation out here has been getting worse. This week, temperatures in parts of Southern California soared to a record-breaking 128 degrees. Volunteers say they are seeing more heat strokes and severe dehydration.
We're all very worried about what the coming months, what will happen. It's just going to get hotter and hotter and hotter.
The UN says the U.S.-Mexico border is the deadliest land route for migrants in the world. According to Custom and Border Protection, here in the San Diego sector, migrant deaths have been rising for years. 39 migrants died last year trying to cross the border with Mexico. Compare that to 4 deaths back in 2018. In recent weeks, the Biden administration has essentially closed down the border to most undocumented asylum seekers, which immigration analysts say is bound to push desperate migrants to cross through more dangerous and deadly areas. Several miles further down, at the base of the border wall, a family with small children sitting out in the windy desert heat almost looks like a mirage. They're waiting to ask Border Patrol for asylum. In recent months, the San Diego region has seen a dramatic increase in families seeking asylum. The 7-year-old boy, Javi, is very shy. He's holding a teddy bear.
Balloon.
The bear's name is Balloon, and he traveled all the way from Michoacan, Mexico. I asked him how Balloon has been holding up. He feels hot, he says. This family did, in fact, come from Michoacan. They say they are escaping cartel violence. Javi's mother, Jasmine Mora, says on her way to cross the border, she heard all kinds of rumors that the heat can kill you, that there are rattlesnakes and mountain lions, that the U.S. border was closed.
Realmente, ¿qué persona arriesgaría en estos terrenos a unos menores? Entonces, sí, pues por esa razón.
Why would anyone put their kids through this? She asks. Because, she says, the risk of staying outweighs the risk of crossing, regardless of the heat. Jasmine Garst, NPR News, San Diego.
IUDs, or intrauterine devices, are an incredibly popular form of birth control. They're a safe and reliable way for sexually active people to prevent pregnancy. And many people who have them like the set it and forget it ease and the way they can lighten or eliminate periods. But if you have questions about possible side effects like cramping or acne, it can be tough to get real answers. Mia Armstrong-Lopez wondered why. If the devices have been around for decades, why don't we know more about them? She's an editor covering health and justice for ASU Media Enterprise, so she reported all about this for Slate in a piece called